But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Hope you're subscribing to this shit, the Opie and Anthony podcast.
Here it is.
Episode 5, right?
Yes.
And we're going to start off with Jim Brewer, one of the greatest storytellers of our time.
We love Jim.
Well, you didn't love him. You didn't love him this day.
You know what? I still love the guy. What are you kidding? But I got into a little rambunctious discussion about gun control and guns and whatnot with Jim.
And what I like about this bit is you see it his way in the end, which is terrific.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
I have to now subscribe and listen because I don't remember it turning out that way.
Oh, no.
Did we agree to disagree?
Nope. You completely agreed with his point on this one.
I don't remember it. I'm going to have to give it a listen.
That's why I don't even watch. I don't watch the news. It's so.
Yeah.
It's like gun laws. Everyone should have a right to have a gun. I think a gun. Bang, bang, bang. It's a gun.
Yeah.
That's a suspect.
Exactly. That's what I say.
That's a suspect. Unless you're in the military or you're hunting, there's no reason for that.
No one can have a machine. You can't have a machine gun.
And
really
at
can't.
the end
Not
of the
allowed.
day, this is the news. They'll say, I would sit. Some of my friends are so Fox News oriented. It drives me. Oh, this is how the Nazis did. I go, what are you talking about? The Nazis. I'm like, no. The last I heard, the Nazis would knock on the door. I'm like, does your name end in Stein? They're not looking. Like, what are you talking about? Or they'll say. I get so riled. I feel bad for people when they go, well, it's the Constitution. Right? Like, are you retarded?
Yep.
They wore fucking wigs and tights when they wrote up the Constitution. It took 40 minutes on a guy on a fucking horse to shoot somebody. There were no cars. You had to get on a horse. You had to puck fucking gunpowder and stick it in there, chase this fucker with fixing your wig. Because the bouncing of the horse was fucking your wig up. Then you had to fix your tights, and then the gun would go up by accident. And it took another 20 minutes to fucking get this guy to reload. So that whole and then there's, and they go, well, what if, our government's taken over? That argument makes me absolutely
it is an asshole argument.
It's beyond an asshole argument. Like, did you watch Boston? Did you see what happened when the so-called bomber, which is another fucking thing, the bomber, dude. All right, I'm gonna get started here.
I love it.
For 24 straight hours. They go, here comes the SWAT truck, and there's 14 SWAT people. And they show the same video of the fucking SWAT truck. And here are the dogs. and then they would have the helicopters. And I sat there watching going, oh, man, they got those heat-seeking helicopters. It's over. And then, like, okay, we're running over here. And then they
running over here.
They're going, I don't know what's going on over there, but they're all going over there.
That's how the news guys were.
There's the helicopter. It's circling up. It's been 24 hours. He was shot in the jugular. How do you get shot in a fucking neck? The dogs can't sniff you out. Nobody can find blood. My kid comes out of the pool with a stubbed toe, and I can see where this little fucking yo-yo went all the way into the bedroom, not
the blood trail.
Cleaning off their toe. Like, I could see you came out of the pool, you fucking stubbed your toe here, you walked all the way in the new carpet into your fucking bedroom, and in the bed, I could see your stupid stubbed toe. This guy's hitting the jugular. And the dog. Here comes more SWAT teams and more dogs. And they're fucking, no one's allowed to have, see, like, old people coming out of the house and they're like, get down! My dog has to shit. Get down! Get back in the house! You can be a suspect! My dog got go down! They got an old lady and she's down on the floor and they got the M16s to her face.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Everyone, and then they show the same video. Here's them walking around the corner again. Obviously, the younger guy is following the older brother. He's obviously the leader. Let's look at that video one more time for the 1,700,000th time. Here's the older brother. There's a younger brother. Here's the older brother. Here's a younger brother. This is moments before the bomb. No one has these fucking guys dropping a bomb, walking away. But they got 18 million videos of walking around a corner. No other fucking video. Then they let it all go. Okay, we're releasing it. We can't find him. He's in the boat in the backyard. Does anyone watch fucking Cops? Like, it wasn't even, it was straight as it right in the backyard. Every Cops video is like, he's under the fucking pool.
The pool. Yeah.
He's under the raft. He's under a bush. All right, I'm not going to get into it. What I'm getting into is the whole, that's very suspect. When I watched that made me again look at yo-yos that are into like, you can't take my guns away because if the government takes over, so the government's going to take over and you're going to hold them off. Did you see what happened in Boston, you fucking retard?
Yeah.
Mr. Educated, watch Fox News 24/7 with your degree. Oh, you don't know what's going on in this country. Really? Oh, okay, your M16 is going to hold off that fucking
Army.
army.
And that was just one
And
town.
at the end of the day, if you're that packed, it's going to be some kid who's 18 going like this on a computer. Okay, mission accomplished, sir. And you're going to be sitting there with your whole arsenal going, do you hear bottle rocket? The hell sounds like a bottle. Mission accomplished. And then the other stupid thing is, what were they? I was just listening to this 3 days ago at someone's house, and I'm silent because I just watch these idiots argue with each other. And they don't even, it's not even common sense. It's just watching news. If you watch Fox News and CNBC, they teach you how to argue each other. They teach you how to argue each other. There's no common sense.
Well, let's go to our space. On the one hand, you got this opinion, and on the other hand, you have this opinion, and in this opinion, so you're already going, yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that's how I feel.
You fucking morons.
That's how I feel.
That's exactly. All right, answer that question, Mr. Specialist. And so then, this is the other one that gets me nuts. Well, China is going to take over, and this is, what if we're taken over? If America's taken over, can you imagine? God forbid we're taken over.
Taken over.
We're invaded.
Oh, wow, okay.
We're invaded.
Mm-hmm.
They got past our amazing, intelligent military that found the fucking Boston bomber 24 hours by a neighbor. Wasn't even the military didn't find him. The fucking neighbor said, I think there's some blood gushing out the boat. Well, I should say, he wasn't even saying, there's some blood. Out on the back. Out on the backyard. However the fuck Boston people talk. I think you might want to look into that. If
some red liquid's coming out of my Boston whaler.
My whale.
Someone's fucking with my whaler in the yard.
My dog's licking the outside of my whaler. He's got blood all over. I didn't see no dead rabbits. And so, if you're sitting there, our intelligence, our amazing military that was all over that, couldn't stop that, couldn't catch them.
Yeah.
They can't stop whoever's going to infiltrate us. Then our local police force takes over. They can't stop them. Do you think Jed in Tennessee and Bob in Jersey with your thank God for the gun law?
Yeah.
I got my
Tony on Long Island.
Yeah, Tony on Long Island. Gonna stop me. Fum Duck and Vladimir and whoever who has just already crushed everyone. This ain't Red Dawn in the night. This ain't Patrick Swayze ain't gonna help you, you retards. People are retarded when they watch the fucking news. So anyway, I don't know how I got into that.
They're
Bravo. Very funny,
well,
man.
I do have a couple of responses.
Please.
I do have a couple of responses.
Please.
And of course, I don't think there's anyone in their right mind that would assume that a bunch of people with whatever weapons are legally available to the American public these days can fend off the United States military.
Correct.
I never thought that. I don't think that's actually the point.
Correct.
What I think the point is that an armed public cannot be taken over with a swipe of the pen in more of a figurative term. But here it is. You're not looking to defeat the United States Army with your guns at home.
Sure.
But
yes,
if the United States military and the government leading that military knows it has to fire upon its people because its people will shoot back at them, it negates the country. The country's gone at that point. So then what is the government actually holding on to at that point? You know what I mean? You can't open fire on a huge number of American people because they're shooting back at you. Now, if the American people have no weapons, it's very easy to just legislate your will upon them and take away people's rights and whatnot. It's not winning. The thing is, if you even get into a battle with the American people, you lose. You instantly lose. You lost the country. You've lost everything the country supposedly stands for, and there's no more free United States of America.
And there is one now.
I know you can talk about what it is now and everything. I understand that. I don't think it's free now either. And I think they can legislate against you in small pockets of resistance like Waco and whatnot.
Boston.
Yes, you can smooth it over and say, well, these are individual things on a large scale. On a large scale, where a tyrannical American government wants to completely take over in some way, I don't know what it would be, but you cannot make that huge leap to, mission accomplished. You can't do that and then have people show up at Disney World the next day like nothing happened. You know what I mean? It takes shut up, Jimmy.
Really, that's a goofy argument, man.
It is not a goofy argument.
No, man.
It is not a goofy argument.
It's a goofy argument.
It is not a goofy argument.
At the end of the day, what are you saying? I still don't even understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is an armed population.
Okay, we all have guns. Yeah,
this country.
Okay,
everyone that's armed in this country is yes, legally.
Okay, you got arms. I got arms. Okay, I got that. Now what?
I believe it is a deterrent to the government just invoking its will on the people without. No.
Yeah. Anthony, you really think?
Yeah.
Let's say you've got a tank. Exactly. Let's say you've got
armored vehicle personnels or whatever.
Yes, you have a nuclear warhead in your fucking garage.
Sure.
You really think at the end of the day, someone in Washington's going, listen, it's time for takeover, but keep away from that Anthony from the O&A show because he's got too many weapons.
No, it never gets to that point.
So what is it?
It never gets to that point. It's a deterrent. It's almost
someone's got a dog
detente.
And I don't want to go in that house because they got a dog.
It's an uneven detente where it's a balance of power based on the fact that if anything happens, it negates what we are right now. It eliminates this country of ours. If the United States military starts firing on American people who are firing back at the military on a level much bigger than Waco, then but that doesn't have to happen because you don't understand what I'm saying.
I don't know.
It's really pretty far-fetched.
It is not far-fetched.
You're talking about fucking communism. You're talking about like pure Russian military. Oh my God! Hey, look! It's the 4th of July parade. No, it's not. Welcome to America. Oh my God! They're shooting on us. I thought it was a float. What happened to America? They took our guns away. That's what happened. It's goddamn Nazism all over. Like you're so far-fetched in what you're saying.
No, it's not far-fetched.
Yes, it is. It's crazy. It's lunacy what you're saying.
I'm not even saying what's lunacy.
It's lunacy.
You're saying more lunacy shit, thinking the government is going to have some 18-year-old in a fucking shipping container launching drone attacks on cities that people have fucking. That's
lunacy.
That's more action movie shit than me saying that the knowledge that the American people have over 300 million guns in their possession.
You ever see the videos? You ever see the videos of like Iraq War when they're on the ships?
Yes.
What do you think? That's a guy packing a fucking missile in a thing. That's a guy in a computer going.
I know that. I think you're missing my point.
I think a lot of people are.
No, I think a lot of people know exactly what I'm talking about. It's simple. There is a deterrent alone in the knowledge that the American people are armed. Regardless if they're armed with fucking muskets or blowguns or anything else, there's a deterrent there to know.
But no one cares if you got a gun. Like, I don't care if you got a gun. We're talking about crazy semi-automatic...
what's the difference between semi-automatic?
Assault
Shut up with assault rifle. An assault rifle is a semi-automatic gun like a hunting rifle. There's nothing different.
Right. I'm talking like...
You can't own one. You can't own a machine gun in this country.
You shouldn't. There's no reason
But there is already a law. That law's there.
I know, but again...
Why can't I have... Why can't I go out right now in New York State and buy a semi-automatic AR-15 and take it to the range?
Because if you get fucking wasted or someone finds it, it's a deadly fucking weapon. Here's the other one. Well, then you gotta stop cars, and we should take cars away. Fucking retard argument. Right. It's all madness, dude. It's the thought process that you really think it's going to deter anything that I think starts insulting intelligence.
Well, then I think the bigger insult is the thought process thinking taking guns away from people.
Away.
Oh, yeah? Try to buy that. Try to buy that.
Why would I want to?
Because it's cool.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
One of my kids find that, or one of the retard kids across the street find it.
What are you leaving it laying around like a rake?
You
got to be what's called responsible when you own a gun. Just like acting with a car. With a car. You got to be responsible with a car. You do.
But people aren't. That's the problem.
But you have to be with a car.
But you're not.
You're letting people drive. You're letting irresponsible people get into cars and drive and kill many more people than guns. Now, you laugh at that. You laugh at it, but it's the same argument you're making.
Okay.
Oh, they leave their keys around for their 16-year-old to jump in and drive away. Well, why don't you leave your keys in your purse, dummy?
Because no one takes a car and purposely drives into a school and mows them the fuck down.
And you know what? On a statistical level, it's very rare.
Statistics. All right, so when your kid is killed, you let me know how that statistic works.
All right, how about
That's
the
dumbest thing
How
ever.
about the 6 kids in Chicago that were fucking shot over the weekend that no one even gave a shit about?
Because we're that used to it now. Like, more
is
kids
that
killed.
Is that it?
What are you arguing for? What are you like barking for? What do you want? You just want machine guns?
I want the ability to live my fucking life the way I want.
You have it.
No, I don't.
You got 50. You got a big
want to buy another
contract.
one of those.
You got a great.
I want to buy another one of
then
those.
Then move to a country where you can get one.
I guess I can't.
Why not? Because they figured out, the rest of the world figured out that when the fucking people.
God. Stop it. The rest of the world figured out what?
That when you
Savages are killing people all over the world with
how about
weapons
that?
a lot less fucking sophisticated than that.
And you know what? The people that kill us here are nice, young, educated people. They're not savages.
They're not.
Wackos. Or they're on drugs.
Most of it
they
is-
had problems. Or they grew up in a bad home. They're not savages.
No, most of them are gang savages, and that's where all the homicides come from. There's a small portion that are those crazy white kids that shoot up the schools, and that's what the news picks up on. But it's not romantic and fun enough when it's just gangbangers shooting grandma for a piece of crack or shooting at his buddy from 3 feet away and hitting 3 12-year-olds.
What? Yeah. Take it. They shouldn't have it. Fucking take it away.
They shouldn't have it.
Take it away.
They shouldn't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
The problem is they
Like
legislate.
fireworks. I'm annoyed that I can't light off M80s anymore. That bothers me. But because some retard blew his fucking hand off or let his kid he got wasted and the kid blew it up, that fucked up 4th of July. I think we still enjoy 4th of July every year. Now I got to travel to a fucking river to watch it for 20 hours and then take me 9 hours to get home. But we still have 4th of July. It's no fucking difference.
No difference.
Too many retards fucked it up. The guy across the street, a guy in my general neighborhood,
Yeah.
his kids came walking around the neighborhood with bullets strapped around and with one of his guns. It's like
He should have been arrested.
should have been, but he wasn't.
He should have been
He
fucking arrested.
Should have been, which proves to the point we can't take control of it. So when we can't get control of it, you're not allowed to play with the toys.
Stop.
You're fucked.
You think that everyone should be based on the lowest common denominator and what they can or can't fucking handle,
There's too
and that's
many
how we
low
should take it away?
common.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
talking
Maybe sometimes you
machine
get up on
guns.
stage,
Not a
maybe
gun.
you'll say shit that offends people
Sure.
or makes people do things or influences people. So why don't we just take what you say and throw that out the fucking window too, Brewer?
What's it got to do with
It's
taking
the
a gun
same
and shooting
thing.
someone?
No,
That makes
it's-
no sense.
You're saying that
Yeah.
because some people can't handle certain things,
Yes.
that everyone
No,
can have it.
Murder weapons. I don't have a murder weapon. I don't have a weapon that can destroy and kill somebody.
Oh, we could argue that you're fucking influence. You're
car
very
or
influential. Your speech is very influential.
Okay.
And look out,
At the
you might
end of the day-
influence people to hurt homosexuals or Negroes.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
are you upset just with guns in general or that you can't get a machine gun?
I don't need a machine gun.
You want to what?
I like a good semi-automatic. You know, when you pull the trigger, every one
Okay.
pull, one bullet flies
And you
out the
use
other
it
end.
for target and,
I love
and
going to the
leisure.
range and
Yes.
target shooting, and then I like having other weapons that I use
Yes.
for self-protection.
Yes.
which is I kind of like the idea that it puts you on equal footing with some thug that might want to do you bodily harm.
Yeah, I'm
Kinda
with
like
you
that.
there 100%.
Someone busts in your
I'm
door.
with you.
I'm sure if someone kicks in your door, the first thing you're going to think is, "I wish I had a gun."
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. Someone came over to my house. He showed me his gun. He's like, listen, I travel everywhere with a gun. I need to let you know I have a gun in your house.
Oh, that's nice.
I said, okay. Let me see. He goes, listen, it's in a case, blah, blah, blah. And he showed it to me. And I'm not going to lie. My wife every night gives me a fucking false alarm someone's breaking in. And sometimes I get worried because I know the golf club or the bat just ain't going to do it
Yeah,
with a bullet facing my torso.
that's true. Yeah.
So this one night while they were sleeping over,
Oh,
I swear to God,
Slept like a baby.
I got woken up in the middle of the night. Someone's hustling the front door. What? I know I hear someone trying to get in the front door. This is every other month. It was the first time in my life I just got up with no fear, walked to the front door, and even ask who it was. I just opened the front door, knowing they may get me, but my kids are safe because right next to them is some weapons that are going to put major holes in these people
Right, yeah.
or deter them.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
It's sort of like playing a game with rules. All right, we all have a rules to this game. However, as much as steroids, baseball, whatever, obviously whoever's making the rules up aren't sticking to them, and it's turning into bad shit.
Yeah.
Here and there, even if the percentage is small, even if it's blah blah blah, and it's fucking things up for you, who should have the
It
right to go.
certainly is.
I go to a range. It's like this guy. He goes to the range. When I went to the range, this guy had a it looked like a Smith & Wesson, but it sounded like a cannon. And he warned us. He went, hey, listen. He was a huge guy. He went, hey, listen. I'm shooting off assault rifle. He said it's assault, but it was a pistol. Wow. And this thing literally, It was so loud, even with the headphones on. I had a whole. It was like,
It was probably the 50 caliber. Yeah.
yeah, and it went, "Pow!" And flames came out the end. Pow! And the what do you call it? The target
silhouette, yeah.
would just explode like feathers a pigeon getting blown up, and you can see his boner. And I would have one too, just go pow, pow. And my daughter, I have to say, she was shooting and she was a beast, and she turned to me and she went, I really like that feeling of power.
It's just
it's
fun to shoot.
But does the average citizen need that? I mean, I don't.
Jimmy.
I'm just
correct.
Jimmy's
Now-
an asshole.
Right.
But who was at the front door?
Who's at the front?
Who was at the door?
front door?
Her imagination.
Oh no!
I figured as much, but I needed to know.
Imagination.
Who was at the front?
You left
door.
us with it, and I opened the door.
Yeah.
I liked your analogy, though, with the sports, and there has to be rules and things like that. I understand the rules factor. But here's what happens. Imagine playing a game where you're adhering to the rules, but there's people on the other team that aren't paying attention to any rules. And they're not penalizing those people. Every time someone doesn't pay attention to the rules, they go to the people that are paying attention and give them more rules. So now
Like
in
a
New York
household.
It's
If I'm
crazy.
in my house
Uh-huh.
and my kids, I go, listen, no Fritos, no snacks after 7 o'clock.
Right.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Any snacks, you're gonna get punished. You're screwed.
Right.
No iPads, no Instagram, and no email, no nothing. Okay, now when I'm not around, I go upstairs and this little fucker's sneaking. I said, "Where'd you get them?" Well, Mom said. Hey, did we not? Well, she did do her homework and then 2 weeks later, there's ants infested in her bedroom, and the cat has fleas because of the fucking bugs from the Fritos that she ate in the bed. And I go, this is why I don't want Fritos in here. And then it happens 3 times, and then I go, you know what? No more fucking Fritos, period, because I'm tired of people fucking with the rules. Everyone's fucked. So there. It's up to the people. And I tell the sisters, I go, listen, I don't care which one of you fuckers do it. One of you fuck up, you're all screwed. That gives an incentive for the other ones to go, don't bring the Fritos up there. I'm going to tell Dad.
That might work
I'm gonna tell
in the
Dad.
in the Brewer dictatorship that you live in.
Yes, well, Fritos. Someone's eating the Fritos in bed, and no one's...
But I have a right to bear Fritos.
Yes, you
cannot
do.
take that away from me.
Yes, you do. And no one's going to come in and take them at the end. If you got the Fritos in your house, they're in your house. Tough shit. They're in there already. From here on now, it literally should be like, sit down. What's your name? Where you from? Right. First of all, the way you look, you got to go home. It's already out. You're already out. You're already out.
The Opie and Anthony Podcast.
The great Doc Gooden.
Ah, yes.
I love this bit personally.
Yeah.
I know a lot of listeners were very frustrated by this segment because poor Doc Gooden was spilling his guts to us, and David Lee Roth was interrupting and pretty much making it sound like it's no big deal what Doc Gooden went through.
Yeah, obviously, Dwight Gooden had a struggle with drug addiction and whatnot. And David Lee Roth takes that same angle with the drugs and stuff, but makes it just sound so fun. Right in front of Doc Gooden, whose life was pretty much destroyed by drugs. Fucking Dave.
I can't get enough of David Lee Roth, and he helps us out with this Doc Gooden interview. The contrast is just fucking great to listen to. The great Doc Gooden has just entered the studio. My God.
Dwight Gooden.
Wow.
Very cool.
We didn't know this was happening today. This is great. How are you, man?
Is there an occasion? What's the occasion?
That's a good question.
Is there a specific occasion? Is your book?
It's
is it brand new?
Yeah,
it's a memoir.
Definitely.
Yeah, memoirs, huh?
Yes,
That's
sir.
Of quite the career.
Are they good memories or bad memories, or are they saleable?
Oh, there's a little bit of everything in there. It's the good memories, the bad memories, the not so good memories. what was going on in my head during the times of the good memories and the bad memories.
Yeah, yeah.
You start the book with a chilling. It's like really sad and frustrating story about the World Series, the parade in the. And when you missed that, it's fucking heartbreaking. Through I kept, even though I knew how it ended, I kept hoping, like just go. You're watching this frustrating, drug addicted.
Yeah, but nevertheless, somebody once said, if somebody made a movie of your life, would a lot of people go to see it? And it sounds like a lot of people would, and that's a success story.
That's that story that that I'm still alive to tell the story is amazing.
Hello,
Right.
which is Yiddish for yo. Come on,
Definitely, because like you mentioned, missing a parade that night was like supposed to be the happiest day of my baseball career. Turned out to be the saddest day of my baseball career. You know, you end up in a project, you're doing drugs and drinking with strangers you don't even know, and you know, you're watching the parade on TV.
That was me.
You know, so,
that was you.
That was me. And the thing about it, you don't get to redo that.
Right. That's a one-off, man. If you miss it, that's a big one.
But talking about the people that you were getting high with and how, like, you know, you start off the night loving these people and it's fun and it's camaraderie. And then by the end of the night, you're just like, I want to just get the fuck out of here. The sun is coming. Like, knowing that you're about to miss it and it happens anyway.
Oh, it's just the worst experience you can ever imagine in your life. Because, like you said, the idea was to go there, do a little bit, and get out of there and go finish, celebrate with my teammates. Obviously, I got there, and it never ends that way. Not for me anyway. With cocaine, normally when I go on bench with that, it's a 3-day thing, and that's just the way it is. And cocaine's a tricky drug.
Wow.
You know?
Oh, in my rock band, getting loaded wasn't like an episode thing. It was a seasonal thing. It's like first, okay, it's summertime. Let's get loaded.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's definitely. It's Tuesday. Let's get loaded.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean all summer.
The whole summer.
All summer. I guess.
Were you a drug guy, David Lee Roth?
No, I'm a beer and pot guy.
That's what I thought.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm an outdoor kind of, I got lucky. My bad habits are more like 2 chicks in a toaster oven. But that's, please continue.
Stayed away from the white stuff, huh?
How old
Oh, no, I did everything. I sampled everything. I tried everything, but I just snuck out from under it because I was going to also be a samurai warrior, and I had to be in the gym, but that's the only reason. I didn't have any self-control for about 20 years.
Were they piss testing back then in baseball? 'Cause it's amazing to me that you were able to do all that coke and still play and not get kicked out. Or
Well, it's a situation where normally they can't test you unless you've been through a program or you tested positive before or got in trouble or something like that. Up until the time where the Mets decided to test me in the spring training in 1987, I hadn't been in any trouble for it. There's a lot of there's a pattern there that could have led to that they could have saw what was going on. So actually, in spring training '87, it got to the point where obviously you missed the parade after the '86 season, get into a scuffle with the cops after the '86 season, you get to spring training, showing up late. They knew something went wrong, and one day they called me in and said, "We'd like to test you." Me not knowing the whole thing, all I knew is I enjoyed doing cocaine, not knowing how long it stayed in the system. Not knowing that I had my rights that I could have refused to test. So I figured I hadn't done nothing in the day, go ahead and test me. And by doing that, it was a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, the test came back positive. At that point, they said, we need you to go to rehab and we'll continue paying your salary. Or if you choose not to go to rehab, we're going to suspend you without pay. So even though I still was in denial, didn't think I had a problem, I decided I'll go to rehab. I'll count the days down, 30 days till I'm done, and I still get my pay. So obviously, I went to the rehab to Smithers, which is a great program. But I didn't try to get anything out of it because I still think I had a problem.
Who even knew what rehab was in those days? That was something you sent Uncle Bob to when he was up to a court or whatever. People still thought cocaine wasn't addictive, that was rock star stuff to do. And you a lot of times you'd sign up to go into showbiz so you could do that. We decided we were going to break all the records, those included. We were going to make Elvis look like a beginner. I was going to make Keith Richards look like a freaking Boy Scout, So these days the perspective on it is very different. The reality entered into the picture, of course.
But it's totally different now, and obviously, like you said, you think it's not, addictive or whatever. And then plus the danger of it now, you don't know what's in this stuff you're taking.
Oh man, yeah.
What was the first sign? Because you said that you talked about when you missed the parade, but before that, the Mets there had been rumors about your drug use. And what was the first sign, or what first tipped them off to ugh?
Who are you looking at, Jim?
I think what tipped them off was, hanging out at different party spots in the city where, basically drugs are known to be at, and hanging out at those places. So obviously, Major League Baseball called myself in and questioned me as well as Darryl about, using drugs. And of course, you deny it.
Sure.
No, it's not me. And of course, Darryl said, no, it's Doc. But That happens, but you know, at that time, obviously I was using, and you know, at that point, I refused to be tested by Major League Baseball.
Where do you think this came from? Because you know, anybody looking in from the outside, you're at the top of your game. I mean, you're a star. World Series. I mean, where do you think that came from?
Well, I can tell you exactly where it came from. It came from all the pressure, all the expectations, not only from the media, but then the expectation I saw I put on myself. For example, like 84, my rookie year when I came into the league at 19 years old, it really wasn't much expectations to after the All-Star break. Then expectations came, and then I have my career year in 1985. So 86, everything I did was compared to 85.
Oof.
You know, for example,
86 was a good year.
86
That was a great
It was
year.
It was 3 months shorter than most years because it was up all night, though.
Yes, yep, gotcha. So now, like if I won a game against, say, like Fernando Valenzuela or Hershiser, if I won 2-0, you know, complete game shutout, but I only had 4 strikeouts, the first question would be what happened. You only had 4 strikeouts.
Oh, wow.
So the next start, I'm going out trying to get 10 strikeouts, trying to pitch a complete game, trying to pitch a shutout, and just all expectations, just trying to live up to that. And what I started doing was medicating myself, you know, with drugs and alcohol.
So you listen to the critics. It's athletes I know get, like, you know, entertainers get critics and stuff, and athletes get killed on the back page. That would affect you, what they were saying about you?
Oh, 100%. I think most players, maybe it's a 2% maybe don't affect, but myself, you know, obviously, unfortunately, being a people pleaser as well, I pay attention to the papers, pay attention to what's being said, and anything you see, it affected me because now I got to go out, I got to do better, and it took away the fun of the game.
And you would, it was nice to read too. You talked about your father a lot, and what an influence he was, and you were the first boy in the family, so he became obsessed with just you and baseball. And you would call him after every game and kind of share that with him.
Yeah, definitely. My dad is the one that really taught me the game. I remember as a kid sitting there watching the games on TV with him. Back then, there wasn't all the baseball networks. You just got the game of the week on Saturday. They won't have a game on the radio, whatever the team was, you know, local, close by at that time, and watch the games. And he taught me the game. So once I made it, after every game, we had this deal where he had a big satellite dish back then. After the game was over, before I even talked to the media, I'll call my dad. You know, we'll talk about baseball and go over the game, what I could have done differently. Even if I pitched a shot, he'll find something that could have been done differently just to kind of keep me humble.
Would that bother you if he criticized it, or would you actually look for his advice and counsel on what you did wrong?
I always look for it. It didn't really bother me because what we're just doing is trying to, even like say like during the 85 season, he was just trying to give me something to work on between starts where you don't just settle for having a good game.
Did he know you were in trouble with drugs at that point?
You know, what's funny is like I talked about a lot in the book where in 87 when I tested positive, I had to come home and tell my parents that, you know, I got to go to rehab. My mom, she always knew something wasn't right. I think my dad kind of looked the other way a little bit, and plus my dad, you know, he had his drinking problem as well. So when I told him, you know, I failed the drug test, I go to rehab, my mom basically said, well, that's great, you can get the help you need, where my dad just kind of dropped his head and never said a word.
Well,
Really?
he doesn't want the spotlight at that point in time. You know, if he's got an issue, then, you know, a little bit of your spotlight of that issue would get towards him. I had too many temptations. It was started off as, Jesus, the longer I stay up, the more girls we can sleep with, and the more guys we can go jam blues with, and then we can just stay up all the way until we're into the next city. And we could do that for 3 days in a row. You follow? That's why we started drinking Jack Daniels.
But the press looks at a rock band and goes like,
differently.
cool, that's cool. The
well,
press
you're
looks
supported.
At,
You're
looks at a
supposed
baseball
to do it.
player.
Yeah, it's completely different
like
worlds.
Dwight, and is like, what are you doing? Yeah, you're
I
a
don't
bottle.
I don't think he could have been
totally different, yeah.
swigging Jack Daniels.
Right.
Yeah.
In
my
the dugout.
In my department, people get upset if you didn't party. You know,
Right,
they
that's what I'm
said,
saying.
actually, I kind of like, I'm thinking about doing the marathon. They go, whoa, what happened to,
Yeah.
5 in the morning, Dave?
The Mets PR
that has its own pressure on you as well.
The Mets PR wouldn't be thrilled. Doc fucked 2 girls. Get a picture out quick. You know?
Oh, God.
It's, you know, rock stars and athletes, I think, have different expectations. with it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, totally different game, but
You also told
I definitely have a lot of
Probably
respect
the
for what
same
you guys
dealer.
do.
Oh, God.
You told a great story, too, in the book about your dad being shot by or shot at by your mom. So you grew up in a very interesting house.
Yeah, it's very
Say
interesting.
the
And
least.
as a kid, you know, unfortunately, and I'm sick it may sound, but just thought those were normal things that took place in every family.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of are.
So
Depending on what point of the map you're pointing at, it's not so unusual. There are a lot of neighborhoods that is common life and so forth. You know, please. You can,
Yeah, so when that happened, actually, my dad was having an affair, and a lot of times he'll tell my mom that I want to go get some cookies and juice or whatever. But what he would do is ask me, "You want to go to the store?" Which any kid would say, "Yes, I want to go to the store." So I'll go to the store, we'll get the cookies and juice, and then we'll go to his girlfriend's house. Her oldest daughter would come outside in the car and kind of babysit me while he's in there taking care of his business. And somehow my mom found out what was going on. And this one particular day, she followed him to the house. And when him and the woman was coming out, she actually, shot at him and the woman. She actually hit him in the shoulder. And she always tells me the story where she was upset that she didn't get the woman as well.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, my mom was the sweetest lady, but also she could be the toughest lady.
Oh, man, a woman scorned.
We got a question from the guy in the corner.
Hey, Doc.
Jay Moore.
Is this Mike?
I'm in hard. It's ironic to me, like, when you get high as an athlete, I don't think you guys are aware of the high you provide us on a daily basis. I was at your no-hitter at Yankee Stadium. It was just a Tuesday. That's all I remember. What most about your no-hitter, it was just a Tuesday. And that's a no-hitter. It's the craziest thing you could ever be a part of, because the Super Bowl, the World Series, the All-Star Game, you bring all your hype with you. A no-hitter, it's fucking Tuesday. And your friend goes, "Do you want to come?" You're like, all right, you know what, I'll go. And then by the 7th inning, you can't breathe. And then you threw like 190 pitches in that game. You walked 8. It was the Mariners, and it was like Paul Sorrento, Jay Buhner.
listen to that memory, huh?
Ken Griffey Jr. Like the last 5 guys you faced, it was like, oh my God, it's in the 7th inning. Is he going to come out for the 8th? 8th inning. Now he's got to come out for the 9th. That was probably athletic viewing. At second place being Larry Johnson hitting the 3 in the Garden against the Pacers. Your no hitter was like, that was the biggest high for me in the world. So it's just ironic that so many athletes fall into the traps of drugs, but I guess that's what we're all doing. We're just chasing the dragon every time we go to the stadium.
At the end of a game like that, you feel as tired as the guy actually playing.
Yeah. Were you high on the air? On the mound?
No, I never used
before the game or during the game or anything.
That's self-control right there.
But it was already premeditated after the game.
What about Daryl? Did he use during the game?
After the game was I was going to use either to celebrate or I was going to lose. I mean, use because I was pissed because I lost.
Right.
Plus Daryl, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he did.
Is
that the Breakfast of Champions that you're eating?
Yes. Thanks for pointing it out there, David Lee Roth. Trying to finally eat breakfast.
Hey, Doc,
multi-grain Cheerios if you need to know.
In the Bad Guys One, there's been a bunch of Mets books about that era. And it seemed like, and I'm not asking you to air your guy out or throw your guy under the bus under any situation.
But in case you do.
You can only speak for yourself. I know that. But it seemed like once the tests started coming back, there seemed to be this sort of like, oh, you got to talk to Daryl, or Daryl would say, oh, you got to talk to Doc. This sort of like running back and forth, like it wasn't me, it was him, it wasn't him, it was me. Was that the media making that up, or was it like, I'm going to get suspended, I better...
Well, no, not at all. For me, when anytime the rumors came around with me, they would ask me, or even after when I failed my test in '87, the Mets in Major League Baseball to know was who was you using with? What's your teammates? You better tell us. If you don't tell us, this is what's going to happen. And I just said, well, and the truth was, I was basically used by myself. I mean, me and Daryl used together occasionally, like say in '86, but outside of 1 or 2 times, that was it. Obviously, he's been public with his troubles. I've been public with mine, but we never really parted together.
Are you sober now? Or are things good now?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Cool.
Yeah,
so everything's going well.
That's
I
great.
like that.
That's really
Let's
great.
do it.
Thank you.
I got 32 days clean and sober. Not in a row.
This is a start.
Of course, not in a row.
Since January. Since January.
That's got to be weird to be at a meeting and Doc Gooden sitting across from you sharing. I'm like, I had a rough day. My barbecue didn't fire up. And you're like, well, when I won my World Series ring. You're like, wait a minute. Is this the 3 o'clock Moore Park meeting? Well, where are we?
There is a 3 o'clock Moore Park meeting. Huh?
I know.
That's
right. And a 1 o'clock.
It's amazing you say that, though. But, anytime I'm in the meetings, you know that obviously everybody's in there from different walks of life.
Yeah.
But we're all there for the same common goal.
That's right.
And that's the main, help each other stay clean and sober just for that day. And
Yeah, it is.
Tomorrow do the same thing.
It is an amazing, we'll just say, a program that it really is when you walk in. nobody gives a shit. We're all just trying to keep our lives together. It's pretty
fine.
cool, yeah.
Yeah,
You-
that's the main thing.
What's good about the book too is, and listening to you talk, we were talking about when people write something in the book. Dave and I were talking off air, how they don't want to talk about it on the air, and you're brutally honest. It's great. Like that really makes people want to read a book. Is like you're not coming in going, well, I don't know, God. You're like just fucking. This is everything that happened. Here it is, and that's what I wish everybody would do when they put out a book and they talk about their life. It's brutally honest.
Hey, if I don't
and that's
see
what's
myself,
interesting.
if I don't see myself reflected in your eyes, I'm going to get out within 30 seconds of your story. You follow? And the stuff that attracts me most to people's stories and people's backgrounds are the flaws, the cracks in the woodwork, the fractures. Your favorite jeans are the ones that are most fucked up with the holes in the knees and the old boots that aren't polished. And that's the most interesting thing about each other as human beings.
As long as there's no hole in the back of the jeans, 'cause, you know what that means.
But that you mentioned that, for me, what kept me sick for so long is like, your sick is your secrets. And for a long time, like you mentioned, I would tell half the story. I wasn't comfortable telling the whole story. It took a while for me to admit that I have a disease. It took a long time to admit that I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. Those words, when I said it, I kind of stumbled over them because I was still in denial. And to me, it was like, that means you're weak. So I finally got to a point that, hey, I'm dying thinking I got this stuff under control. Because, I've been to prisons, I've been to jails, I've been to rehabs. So the only thing left for me is the cemetery if I choose to go back out there. So it was just a time in my life where I was just tired of living that lifestyle. And when you surrender, you have to surrender everything. Because I was trying to hold on to the lifestyle without the alcohol and drugs, but it doesn't work that way. So I had to come clean and just this is what happened. Like you say, this is not who I am today, but these things that I went through, and I can go right back to that if I was to choose to pick up or take that one drink.
And how long were you in jail for? I mean, we all remember when you went, and it's weird to see such an iconic figure go. You're like, oh my fucking God, that is what happens. Like when you keep going.
Oh, it was a horrible time. I mean, I was in jail prison actually, for 10 and a half months. It's tough to go to prison at any time in your life, but to go in at 40 for the first time was horrible, especially when you have little kids, and daughters especially, where if something happens, there's nothing you can do.
Wow, yeah.
You only get a 15-minute phone call per day, and if you miss that time, Big Bubba ain't going to give up his time.
Right.
You're done. That's just the way it is.
How did they treat you in jail? I mean, was it because you are who you are? Was that good or bad?
It was a little bit of both. When I first got there, I think it was a situation where they wanted to see how you was going to come in, how you was going to be just based on the name. Right away, they made it known that in here, there's no names.
Right.
You're a number, and you're no different than the other guy. You're going to pick up the trash. You're going to do it when I tell you. You're going to shower when I tell you. You're going to wear what we tell you to wear. You're going to clean up the yard when we tell you. You're going to eat when we tell you, and you're going to eat what we tell you. So it was a whole big adjustment, but I just came in, tried to be as humble as I can, and just kept my distance from everyone. And as time went on, you start to kind of, I wouldn't say fit in is the right word, but you came to kind of adapt a little bit on certain days. But certain days you thought you were going to lose your mind.
Wow.
It's because you're coming from. I mean, for jail for anybody sucks, but coming from a place of being, like Jay said, the no hitter, the world, all this great glory to come to this place, you got to wonder, like, what the fuck was I thinking? What happened?
Yeah, what happened exactly?
You're exactly right. And some days, to be honest with you guys, some days I will wake up and say, "Oh, this got to be a dream. I'm going to wake up in my bed. It's got to be a dream." And then some days you say, "How am I going to make it?" Not just 10 months, but how am I going to make it to the next day? How am I going to make it? You carry your food, and sometimes you got some guys that if they want your food, they're going to take it. I mean, you got 10 guys, there's nothing you can do. I mean, as a gentleman I saw, I didn't literally see him get raped, but you're just, like about 5 feet from the shower, and you hear him screaming for his life in there. You know what's going on. So you wanted, am I next? You don't know. It's just a horrible way of living.
Did that guy look anything like me, the one who was being assaulted? I imagine I'd be quite popular in that setting.
I'm certain of it.
It's a horrible situation.
Doc, what was it?
I felt that way during accounting meetings, with my accountant, and when Warner Brothers signs a contract, I felt that way. I wasn't, please continue.
Two different worlds.
That's great.
What was it in that time period? Every athlete just got arrested in Tampa. Like Tampa was just where you went to get put in jail. Whether every single athlete, you just see him coming out of Tampa jail.
Well, that makes perfect sense because that's a port of entry, right? That Miami is where all the. Well,
he says rape in the shower. You say port of entry. I
don't think he wants to hear that.
I don't. This is freaking me out now.
Can you look
tonight.
back on those great moments, obviously, as an athlete, and not and be able to put away the part that kind of taints that? Because it seems like it would be such a waste to have such a great career, great memories professionally, but it's always got that nagging drug problem hanging over him.
You know, that's a great question because
Of course.
I was going to ask it, but
No, you weren't.
No, because what happened
he
was so many times when I would relapse, so many times when I go on these binges, it was because I was guilty, depressed, and upset because I was thinking what my career should have been, what others thought my career should have been, more so than me thinking that. When you hear everybody say, "Oh, you should have been in the Hall of Fame," or "You should have won 300 games," I used to beat myself up with that a lot of times and start believing that. Unfortunately, when I was in prison, the only good thing I can say came out of that was, even though I got in trouble in 2010 when I came out of prison in 2006, but when I was in prison, when you got nothing but time, I mean, nothing but time, and you're not going anywhere, I had a chance to relive my life, replay the whole tape, the good and bad, and everything that took place. And I came across a thing, and I said, you know what? When I was a kid, I remember telling my dad, who was watching the game, I said, my goal is I want to make the major leagues. I want to stay healthy and play a long time. I never thought about awards, never thought about the Hall of Fame, never thought of going about, winning 300 games, World Series. You don't think about that things. I got to win every award possibly for a pitcher. I got 3 World Series rings in New York. Threw the no-hitter for the Yankees. I mean, so when I look back on it, I say, look, I can't beat myself up over this stuff anymore because others' expectations of me. Because when I was 5 years old, nobody thought this guy's going to be a Hall of Fame pitcher. He's going to win 300 games. I got to really live a career that most players would dream of living. So I had to eliminate that part because I found out also in rehab that by me beating myself over that, all I was doing was giving myself a reason to go back out and use. So I had to eliminate all that and like you say, start patting myself on the back for the career that I did.
Yeah, you could look at, I guess prison will give you time to put things in perspective.
What did you do? What did you use your time to do? Because we started off talking about chess briefly there, and I know a lot of the fellas who work at the chess clubs downtown. If you see a ton of forearm tattoos, watch out because he's been playing chess constantly for his entire stay. Some guys read a lot. Some folks get into the Bible. What did you use your time doing in the joint?
Once I was there, and I kind of accepted that I'm going to be here for 10.5 months. I got in this thing where normally I would like they had this the track. I used to walk the track a lot. I basically stayed to myself. I didn't play any softball, so occasionally I'll play.
Oh, they must have been pissed.
yeah,
you didn't sign for softball.
That's the movie.
You know what happened? The thing
Man,
was,
that had to cause problems.
He's going to play against the guards.
Right.
You know what happened? I had this guy kind of tell me when I was in the county jail before I got sent off to prison, kind of pre-warn me. He goes, when you get to prison, stay by yourself because when you get there, they have sports. They're going to already have you on a team.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're on that team, the other team's going to be pissed.
Right.
And if you're on that team, you're not doing well, your team's going to be pissed.
Fuck.
And you don't want that.
And
So
it's
just
probably
go
going
there.
to go past just the team and the game. That's going to work its way into the actual life.
100%.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I got there, it's like, you're on our team. I was like, well, I can't play. My knee's bad. Which
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So I didn't want to know part of it. So I played a lot of horseshoe, and basically just walked the track, and that was basically all I did.
Yeah, stay in
they're,
shape.
they're telling us we have to wrap with
He's
Doc.
very, very busy.
I want to plug the book.
Yes.
It's called Doc.
You got to rap. They sell $1 million for this guy.
Publicists.
That's what they told us.
This is the stop.
It's the publicist. There's a publicist, Darth Vader and Sons, is knocking on the door, and he's making the rounds. He's doing a round.
It's called Doc.
Doc Gooden doesn't want to leave. His people are telling
It's not
him he has
him,
to
it's-
leave.
yeah.
Right. He's been beyond honest, and I think he just sold a shitload of books because this looks like a great read.
It really
It's called
does.
Doc.
Thanks,
It's
guys.
called.
Absolutely.
I'm serious.
It's called Doc, a memoir, and what I've read of it is honestly, it's fantastic, and it's honest, and it's open, and you talk about everything. And we interview a lot of athletes, and most times I don't enjoy it because I don't find them forthcoming. And I'm saying, in all honesty, you're my favorite athlete that we've interviewed. Like this, you're fucking
you're
brutally
great, man.
honest
Thank you.
about everything, and it's like that's all we asked for. And it's like this book is fucking great.
Definitely a
Thank you. I
good
really
read.
appreciate that. It means a lot.
The Opie and Anthony Podcast. The Opie and Anthony Podcast continues.
Oh boy, what could we say about this next bit? I could say this much. I've been working with you guys a very long time, and this could be one of the biggest laughs I've ever had in my life as far as the radio show goes.
Yeah, this if you knew all the players here and wrote a sketch about how this should turn out, this is exactly how it should have turned out.
Right. And I don't even want to say anything else
No.
in case you haven't heard this before.
Yeah.
It's Ozzy Osbourne and the 18 pounds of birthday gifts.
Of course, it's your birthday, and I know you've been getting it. That you probably thought these gifts. I have to acknowledge, I wasn't going to do anything, but I figured I've never given you a birthday gift before. So have you gotten good stuff so far?
It's got a pile in the other studio. I mean, sex feet or whatever they call them.
Oh, like one of those things that you fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old hat, believe me. I've got one of those. So I don't know if you're going to like these or not. I might have gone
Have a look. Have a look. It feels like a book.
Oh, he knew immediately what it was.
Oh, this is great. Can't go wrong with this gift. It's great. The Beatles, it's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Hope you like Beatles books. All right.
He's not done.
No, I'm not done. Here's package number 2.
There goes one away. That's the...
Do you have this one already?
No.
Okay, because I have a gift receipt if you want to.
So far, so good.
Jimmy's so nervous.
Well, I wanted to, you're getting Ozzy a gift. It's like, what are you getting?
Oh, this is great. Fantastic.
2 John Lennon books.
Wow.
Any?
Have you seen that film, Nowhere Boy?
No.
I hear
Very
it's
good.
great.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is I feel tell Tony Dennis I'm sorry because he probably has to carry the shit. It's 18 pounds of stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have this.
Okay, you have that
you
one.
got the 10-year-old.
Well, I didn't know it was 10
No,
years
I
old.
tell you what, it's still a good gift. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. But I didn't know you had it already. I could always bring it back. I just
Nah,
figured
it's all right.
Just rewrap it, Ozzy.
that would be great if you just re-gifted all this stuff to people in the building. So I had to see it.
I think the birthday gifts were a success.
Yeah, they
there,
went a
Jimmy.
little better than I
Them
thought.
cameras are fucking unbelievable.
I
aren't they?
love the flip.
Yeah, the flip.
The
cam.
battery life is terrible.
See, I got that one on my. I got an iPhone recently.
Yeah, iPhones are great, right?
I'm fucking filming myself. I don't know. I'm like, this is a cool phone. It's a picture of me. I've just took a photo of myself.
You turn it around. You can actually turn it around and
It's
just hold it.
unbelievable. This stuff now. Isn't it?
Do you get good reception?
What, in my television?
No, with the iPhone. We have fucking a nightmare trying to.
I'm fucking useless. I'll dial a number on it, put it to the side of my head, and somebody else will pick up. I keep fucking it up.
That's not the phone, Ozzy. Maybe you're just dialing the wrong number.
No, I got the list, like, Sharon, press that, and they go, the blue thing going, put it to the side of my head, and fucking Bill Ward will pick up the phone.
Bill Ward.
What did you get anything? Did you get anything else for your birthday? What else did you get? Like what's a good gift for
just
you?
got in fucking town. I mean.
You're right. I didn't mean to upset you.
Jimmy gets so nervous.
But what's something that like Sharon or the kids would get you that you like really
look
want?
at me. Look at me.
Just jewelry.
She got me that. She got me that. She got me that. She got me
Ozzy
that.
got some cool fucking jewelry, man.
Yeah, you got some good shit, man.
Gold and
Got some good
diamonds
shit.
and shit.
That's nice.
Guy's rock and roller. Yeah.
And we only have like a minute left with Ozzy. Just let's get. We want to know if you want to be with Ozzy on his birthday, the 3rd. He's at the Izod Center.
Can you believe it? I'm working on my birthday. I couldn't. It's the best birthday gift of the lot is doing a gig.
You got to fire some people. You shouldn't work on your birthday.
I'm fucking fired.
Get them to sing
I'm
to
gonna
you.
fire. I said I should fire myself, shouldn't I?
Yeah, just retire.
Take a day
whatever.
for your birthday.
You'll never retire.
Nah.
How mad is Tony going to be that I got you 18? That's 18 pounds. We weighed that.
It'd
18
be like
pounds.
Arnold Schwarzenegger by the time you get to the fucking hotel.
You can leave them here if you want. You don't have to be polite.
Oh, Jimmy.
My girlfriend was so fucking annoyed at me. I was going to sign one of the books to you, and then she goes, "You don't sign it to him, you asshole." She's like, "It's about the book. It's not. Don't make it about you."
Girlfriend you have.
Oh no, but she's right though. I am an asshole. Believe me. If it wasn't for her, I would have put bows and balloons on them and made a homo out of myself. I do have a little card for Ozzy though. I almost forgot.
Oh, do you?
I got the little Barnes and Noble card with your. Oh, it's not bad.
No, it's bad.
It's not bad.
Ozzy, the Beatles were great. Second only to. Oh, you're so homo.
Oh, second. Oh, you're so homo.
What's the note say?
I said, Ozzy, the Beatles are great. Second only to you. Happy birthday, Jim Norton. I just put Jim. And he called me homo sweet.
Yes.
And he's right. So I guess, because they say we have to get Ozzy out.
All right.
Nice seeing you guys. God bless you.
Thank you,
Ozzy, we
man.
love you,
Thanks
bro.
so
Thank
much.
you, Ozzy. We love you.
All right.
Always
we're
the best.
I guess we're done too, right? We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Of course we are.
I'll have Tony get for you.
Well, you know,
Sign a picture of us?
I could just, leave. They're chatting right now. It's what they're doing is Ozzy and Jimmy are chatting. You could hear them in the background, can't you? I think Ozzy just signed the photo that was oh so very important to Jimmy.
Looking at Wendy Williams' tits.
Or photo. Actually, it was a poster. Oh, they're. They're actually. They literally. Thank you. They literally had to grab and pull Ozzy away from Jimmy Norton. By the way, his people had to come in and bodily drag Ozzy away from Jimmy.
More importantly,
Oh, Jimmy. Oh, now Jimmy's running. One more thing. Jerry?
more
Yeah.
importantly,
Yeah.
more importantly.
More importantly. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, the pile. All right. Perfect. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The pile of books.
That's what he thinks of your stupid.
Oh, no. The pile of books are laying on the counter. Everyone's gone. Oh, no. That is the saddest thing I've ever seen. All four of them. Oh, oh no. Oh, I feel so... I feel so bad.
He might be out in the hall.
That's so horrible.
No Ozzy out in the hall.
Oh, no. The big... Oh, Jimmy. I'm going to cry. I swear to God. I've said some rank shit on this show. I've said things that I should feel like garbage for. But I feel so sad and bad right now. I do. All your present, because you went out, you went to the store, you bought those, you thought about it. They're all just now sitting here on the console. He didn't give it a second thought to take those.
I have to be honest, it is exactly as it should be. But he was very cool. We were talking after about me doing sets at night, and they actually physically just dragged him out.
Yes, they did.
But he was like, you're doing comedy. Like I told him I do comedy at night. And he asked for the books. No, he didn't.
Oh, Roland! Oh, what a prick!
Roland goes, they asked for the books. I'm like, no, he didn't. He goes, I know. And he ducked back out.
But the no, he didn't was almost a hopeful, like...
Of course it was.
Yes, it was. And then Roland just goes, no, he didn't. Oh, shit. Roland is a cruel bastard. Oh,
I will never laugh harder than I just did.
That was... Oh, it's the saddest, funniest thing. That is absolute tragedy comedy mask.
Yeah.
That is the definition of tragedy comedy.
I filmed right after the interview. He didn't even give it a glance after the interview.
No, of course not.
People are asking, Jimmy, did you save the receipt?
He touched them, though, Jimmy. Now you need to keep those.
No, it's humiliating.
Oh, no, not the card.
My card.
He didn't even take holy shit, the card is still there.
The card is still there.
Oh,
He didn't even take the card that he could have easily just put in his pocket.
No.
The card is as big as a credit card. He could have easily taken that.
This is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He just was busy. He
Oh,
didn't...
no, this is sad. I'm so sad. I can't take this.
But he was just busy. That's
I
okay.
can't take it.
He was very busy.
Oh, my God, Jimmy.
But he was just busy. That's what I understand. He was very busy.
Yeah.
They dragged him out.
Whatever gets you to sleep at night.
Oh, I know. It's horrendous.
Oh, my God, the card.
Oh, I wish I would have remembered. I would have yelled, Ozzy, you forgot your books. I have to say it.
No, I didn't.
Ozzy actually picked the books up to leave. This is the truth. He picked the books up, and I said to him, no, just leave them. We'll have Tony. I actually told him to put them back down and get them to Tony to give them. I was so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm running home with this.
How much of that did we film? Can I have all the footage, though?
God.
I'm running home with that footage.
Oh, my dear
Do you have the end when I was talking to him?
Because you started the
You have the
live
whole
read, and I noticed Ozzy got up, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's not really looking at those books anymore.
Oh, my God.
We had a
And I
nice
filmed
chat,
the whole
though.
fucking thing, and then you guys were talking about Wendy Williams' tits, I heard.
Yeah, he goes, who's she? I'll take that over him taking the books. I had a nice chat with him after, and they had to actually come in and physically get him because he had to leave.
It hurts. I laugh so hard.
Yeah, it hurts me for other reasons.
That will be the biggest laugh I ever have. I don't know how it gets bigger than that.
I was
All of a sudden, how the books
I
are just
didn't know what
piled
was
up
going
all
on.
sadly on this.
I heard Opie just start laughing his ass off, and he's got his camera, and he's zooming in, and I'm like, what's he doing? And then I saw the pile of books, and Ozzy long gone, and his people long gone, and it was like,
He's not even in the building.
Saddest thing.
None of his people are in the building.
No, they have another. They had a hard out of 10-10, and we were gonna. He was gonna do my Boneyard show, but this was going so great, I wasn't gonna stop this for that. He was having a fucking great time.
He was.
Well, you should take this. You should take this footage from our show and put it on your Boneyard show.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was.
People are suggesting maybe a mixtape of love songs next time. Just let's all just suggest things that Ozzy can leave. There's the pile of books. Opie just rewound his flip, and there's the pile of books.
But you know what? This is called trying to make yourself feel better. I did get his fucking mug. I wish he would try to get that fucking mug back.
Oh wow!
Somebody left his fucking soda mug here.
Someone gave that to him here, though. Right?
I don't care. He was drinking out of it. It's now my fucking
true.
mug.
All right.
Me and Ozzy having coffee together. We won't be reading Beatles books.
And then here's Whitey Pie saying, Ozzy left the books. La la la.
Yeah.
La, 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 la.
Jimmy hurt his back, carried la 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 la, 18 pounds of a la 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 la. That's what you get, you and sha la la la.
Took a sweet card, la 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 la. Left that too, la la la.
He did say it was homo sweet. Which
Yeah,
really,
it was homo sweet.
Yeah.
But honestly, what would Ozzy have done with the card anyway?
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
He read it. He got a good laugh out of it. It was fun.
I think he had a very good time today.
You couldn't write a better ending to the whole fucking birthday gift saga.
Here's another one. Ozzy's in his limo laughing.
Hi, this is John at AOL. How may I help you today?
I want to cancel my account.
Sorry to hear that. Go ahead and pull your account up here real quick. Can I have your name, please?
Vincent.
Okay, Vincent. And for privacy and security, can I have last 4 digits of your payment method, please? All right, thank you very much. Okay. Been this account for a long time?
Yep.
It's just quite a bit. What was causing you to turn this off today?
I just don't use it anymore.
Do you have a high-speed connection like a DSL or cable?
Yep.
Okay. How long have you had that? The high-speed?
Years.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm showing a lot of usage on this account.
Yeah, a long time ago, not recently.
Well, the Pop's account was on 71 hours since the 24th of last month.
No, he wasn't. He doesn't even have the AOL software installed on his computer. You're looking at AIM usage, probably.
No, it's AIM usage doesn't come on to this.
He doesn't have the AOL software installed on his computer.
No, this is your father then?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at this account.
Either way, whatever you're saying.
Well, what's causing him to turn this off today? Obviously,
I don't use it and he doesn't use it, so we're canceling. I'm telling you he doesn't use the account. The software is not even on his computer. So.
Well, okay. Is there a problem with the software itself?
No, I don't use it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I just don't need it anymore.
Okay. So when you use this, use the computer, I'm saying. Is that for business or for
Dude, what difference does it make? I don't want the AOL account anymore. Can we please cancel it?
Well, on June 2nd, this account was signed on. It's been on for 72 hours. On June 2nd.
I don't know how to make it any clearer.
Last month was 545 hours of usage.
I don't know how to make this any clearer, so I'm just going to say it one last time. Cancel the account.
Well,
please.
Explain to me why.
I'm not explaining anything to you. Cancel the account.
Well, what's the matter, Vince? I'm just trying to help here.
You're not helping me. You're helping me would be
I am
cancel.
trying to
Helping me. Listen, I called to cancel the account. Helping me would be canceling the account. Please help me and cancel
No, it
my
wouldn't
account.
actually.
Cancel
Turn
my
off
account.
your account.
Cancel the account.
Worst thing that.
Cancel the account.
Is your dad there?
My dad. I'm the primary person on the account, not my dad. Cancel the account.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to figure out.
Cancel the account. I don't know how to make this any clearer for you. Cancel the account. The card is mine in my name. Okay. The account is mine and in my name. When I say cancel the account, I don't mean help me figure out how to keep it. I mean cancel the account.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what anybody's done to you, Vincent, but this is kind
You're annoying the shit out of me. That's what you're doing to me. Cancel the account, please.
Okay. Now, that goes both ways, my friend.
Good. Could you please cancel the account?
All right. Someday, when you calm down, you're going to realize all I was trying to do was help you, and it was actually in your best interest to listen.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah, great.
When that epiphany happens, then just give us a call back.
Wait.
As a process your cancellation request, let me tell you about a free benefit available for valued members like yourself. We'll continue to provide you some features available.
Don't want it. I know the drill. I don't even want it. Don't even bother. Just
if you want me to cancel this account, you're going to let me speak and give this paragraph, okay? Because if not, we can just argue all day. I really don't care, to be honest with you. But you're going to listen to me if you want this turned off. So, can I speak now?
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate that. As I process your cancellation request, I'd like to tell you about a free benefit available for valued members like yourself. We will continue to provide you some features of the AOL service even after the membership has been canceled. At AOL.com, you can keep your existing email, buddy list, address book, and more at no cost for as long as you like. There's no catch. This is AOL's way of continuing our relationship with you. We know you'll enjoy keeping your same email. Just go to AOL.com, log into the screen name and password. An email confirming the cancellation will be delivered to your free AOL.com email within 24 hours. Complete this cancellation with list of all important details to Soul Life Connect.